This video will be an overview of the General Ledger module in Dynamics 365 Finance. We will be reviewing the chart of accounts, main accounts, fiscal calendars, and finally take a look at financial dimensions. To start, let's navigate to the General Ledger module and navigate to the chart of accounts. Currently, we have the Contosa sample data loaded. This screen shows all chart of accounts for all legal entities in the system. Note that some of these accounts are tied to a single ledger. Other chart of accounts are tied to multiple ledgers. We can see this in the related information pane on the right-hand side of the screen. It is important to understand that in Dynamics 365 Finance, a legal entity is tied to a single ledger, which then is mapped to a single chart of accounts. Conversely, many ledgers can share the same chart of accounts. For example, a company which has 20 legal entities, we could have one shared chart of accounts where we specify a revenue main account. Now, without the concept of shared chart of accounts, we would need to create 20 chart of accounts, 20 main accounts, and then configure the corresponding posting profiles in each legal entity. So the ability to share a chart of accounts across multiple legal entities really allows for a more consistent accounting approach, reporting, and an easier day-to-day management of financial data across multiple legal entities. Moving on to main accounts. In the middle of the screen, you will see all of the main accounts for the selected chart of accounts. Now let's say we want to track any cash discounts in a separate main account, and we want to go ahead and track that under our shared chart of accounts. So we will click on Shared Chart of Accounts, and then we're going to create a new main account by clicking on the New button under Main Accounts. We'll give it a number, a name. Under the main account type, you will see all the different main account types. For this exercise, we're going to select expense. And under main category, we are going to select cost of goods sold. And then we can go ahead and save. Now, since there's certain legal entities or ledgers where a cash discount may not make sense, let's say a consulting entity, we can create a legal entity override. And to do that, we click on the Add button under Legal Entity Overrides. We select the legal entity that we want to override. And for this exercise, we're just going to click on Suspend. Now, this cash discount main account will not be available to the GBSI legal entity. Let's talk about fiscal calendars. The fiscal calendar defines the breakdown of the fiscal year and corresponding periods. Dynamics 365 Finance allows for an unlimited number of fiscal calendars and fiscal years. Large organizations typically have the need to have different fiscal calendars for many different entities. To take a look at the fiscal calendar for the current ledger, we can navigate to the ledger setup and look at the configured fiscal calendar. To get there, expand the navigation pane, click on Modules, General Ledger, Ledger Setup, and Ledger. On this screen, you will see at the top that we have the configured chart of accounts as well as the fiscal calendar. To go to the fiscal calendar, we'll click on the link, and we're now on the fiscal calendar screen. This screen allows us to easily select the current fiscal year period and change the period status per any number of legal entities. So, for example, we have a month-end close coming up. We can select the current period, select the legal entities, and up here we can quickly and easily, for every single legal entity, change the period status.